guys, it's Katie. So today is February 29th, the leap day, and the last day in February. So I guess it's time to do my February wrap up and my March TBR. I'll admit, February was a really rough month for me actually. At the beginning of the month, I was like ready to read and then got in this huge book slump and like picked up so many different books and put them all down a couple of pages in. I just couldn't get into anything. And I ended up reading one of the books that I thought I was gonna read this month. In total, I read 3 books this month, which it's okay. I'm really not upset about it. It's less than I would have liked to have read, but I'm still ahead on my Goodreads goal for the year, so I'm not gonna like beat myself up over it. So with that, let's get into what books I read. The first book I completed this month was City of Lost Souls, which is the 5th book in the Mortal Instruments series written by Cassandra Clare. I wasn't in the mood to read it, which is really unfortunate because I really was for the first several books in the series, but I think I'm kind of getting tired of the Mortal Instruments and I was not in the mood for fantasy and I just kind of got stuck. However, the book was due at the library like 2 days later, and so I made myself power read the book. I'm glad I finished it, and of course I enjoyed it, but I don't know if I'm getting ready to commit to the last book in this series yet, because I don't want to read it and not enjoy it, but we'll get there. The second book I finished this month was Attachments by Rowell. Attachments was a really cute novel. I was in the mood for contemporary really randomly, and I bought this, and it was cute. I didn't love it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and I actually filmed a review for it, but I haven't edited it yet. So eventually I will put up a review for this book. This is so sad that I only read 3 books this month, but the last book I read this month was Outlander by Gabaldon. So when I finished this book, I did do a spoiler-free book talk on it, so if you have or have not read this book, you should totally check out that video, and I'll link it down below. I loved this book, and when I finished it, I bought the TV show. It's a Starz television show, so I bought it and binge watched the entire thing in a day. I am so obsessed. So I gave Outlander 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it, and I definitely recommend it if you are looking for a book to read. That concludes the books I read this February. In March, I have a really busy month coming up for a couple of reasons. The first week in March this week, I have midterms in all of my classes at school, so I'm not doing a whole bunch of reading, or I shouldn't do a whole bunch of reading, I suppose I should say. And then next week is actually spring break for me. So a couple of my friends and I are road tripping it to Orlando, Florida, and we're going to Disney World and Universal Studios, and we're super pumped, but that means for that week, I'm not gonna have a whole bunch of time to read either. And then later in the month is Easter, and I have a long weekend that weekend, so I'm actually going to visit with my parents. So I won't be doing a lot of reading that weekend. So this month is definitely gonna be busier. I might do some more reading than I think. I'm not gonna make a set list of books that I want to read this month necessarily, because I don't want to be disappointed if I don't read those books. Plus, I'm not really sure what I'm in the mood for, but I will talk about the books that I've already started. One of the books that I am reading right now is, of course, Dragonfly and Amber, which is the 2nd book in the Outlander series, because I'm obsessed. I'm only about 20% of the way through this, and I'm actually switching between reading it and audiobooking it. It's easy to justify listening to an audiobook when I'm cooking breakfast or when I'm walking to work or class. When I'm on my road trip next week, I can listen to the audiobook with my headphones when I'm not driving, so I'm excited to be making my way through this book. The other book I'm reading this month is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I've heard a lot of things about this book, and it was actually given to me as a gift for Christmas this year by a friend of mine. It's been interesting so far. I'm about a quarter of the way through, and I'm excited to see where this series takes me. Clearly, I have been in a time travel mood because Outlander and Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children are both time travel central novels. So I guess that's what I'm feeling right now. I don't really know. In theory, I'd like to read Clockwork Princess this month and finish off the Infernal Devices series, but I'm not really sure. It kind of depends on availability at my library and if I feel like reading it. I don't really want to force myself to read something I'm not interested in. If I'm being honest, I'm probably just gonna blow through the whole Outlander series at the moment. We'll see. The obsession is real. I can't help it. That's gonna be it for my February wrap-up and my March TBR. If you've read any of the books mentioned in this video, I'd love to hear your opinions and comments down below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel and see some more of my videos, hit the subscribe button, and that's gonna be it. Catch you later.